Right, for NZB, we are here at day one of the Northern Tour, I suppose, Northern Yearling Sale Tour. Timmy White joins me. Firstly, Timmy, thank you for joining me. This is actually a take two, but that's okay. We won't worry too much about it. But one, thanks for joining me. Great parade, isn't it?
Yeah, real good parade. Horses look in great condition, and obviously the seasons have been good here, and their coats look super. So yeah, they're going to be set up well for a good sale, hopefully.
You said to me there before that it's your first time here. We've only seen probably 2/3 of the Woodlands draft. We're going to go and see the fillies in a minute, and then have some lunch. But impressed with what you've seen so far?
Yeah, the colts look exceptional. So they've got some nice stock here to sell, and things look good.
Yourself and Dad, you have an interesting way, I suppose, about going about picking your horses. Basically, Dad says, off you go. You go on the tour, have a look at horses. I would imagine you're probably looking at quite a lot on the South Island as well, going through there and looking at them. You'll look at them a couple of times, and then Dad will come to the sales and sort of run his eye over them after that. I'd imagine one's a bit of time because you train a big team of horses, but also just the way that it works for you guys.
Yeah, I enjoy inspecting them and making some comments around them, each of them, and then Dad can turn up closer to sale time and put his eye over them, and it's a good way to do it, and it's probably changing each year with me being more involved each year in it. But it's a good way to do it, and hopefully we can have some success this year.
Do you see like a bit of an evolution, if you like, the way you think about it? Some of the colts come in here and they're hot because, I mean, all of a sudden there's people up along the fence, there's Cambrai on the microphone and things along those lines. Do you find yourself look at things differently? You might have once maybe put a line through those horses, that then when you see them at the sales and they're in a different mode, have you changed your thinking?
I like seeing them in there at home, because you get to see what they're like here, and then you can compare it. Like, I make a note on each, sort of how each one acts around when they're here, and then can look at them at the sale and see how they've sort of matured in that wee bit of time, or how they are in a different environment. It's always good to know. So yeah, it's definitely not a rule out factor, but yeah, it's always handy to know sort of what their traits are.
Do you come here open-minded, or is there certain stands you say, I'd rather steer clear of those, or do you try and be open-minded and look at each horse as an individual, look at their pedigree page, and then see whether it'll work for you guys, or do you try and, I suppose, cross some out before you even start?
Definitely don't cross them out, but definitely have stallions that we prefer, that we've trained, had success with, seem to work well with our style of training. So there is a wee bit of that, so don't cross anything out and look at them all on type and then work it out from there. Which
is scary when you see some of these colts come through. It's the type part makes it really hard, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, and I might need a bigger budget. But
just a team, your horses. Last year was a little bit of a mixed, if not frustrating, end like the spring, as you said, over the last part of the thing. But overall, your season last year, you would have been really happy with. You got your first Group 1 winner, actually, I think it was after January. I think it was at the start with American Me, was I right or not?
Just the season beforehand.
Just the end, but you must be still wrapped with how things are progressing, albeit frustrating. But when you're a small team, you have that frustrating little runs, don't you?
Yep. We had a real good sort of first 6 months of the year, with Sarah picking up with American Me up in Auckland. He went well. And then, unfortunately, Sarah getting hurt really wasn't something we'd planned for either, and sort of horses getting crook in the spring, and it was good to get Success Cup week with Commander Joe. That helped out a lot through that period, and then we kicked into the end of the year really good. We had a good December. We've started this season well to begin with, so we'll just keep pushing on now. We've got some nice 2-year-olds that may go to the trial shortly, a lot more to come back in, and the race team will just be hitting around Addington and those sorts of places now that the main trips are done, and it won't be a big team of race horses over the next month, but that'll grow, and hopefully we can have some success in the first half of the year again.
Got some nice 2-year-olds coming through, you said there before too, which is exciting, but they may take 6 months.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the great thing about the calendar now. We don't have to rush them. We can let them tell us when they're ready to go, basically. So, we've got a couple there that may be seen at the trials in the next couple of weeks, and then a nice sort of team to come through that are on their next prep again to see if we trial them this time or if they need a bit more time. So it's always exciting working young ones, because you never know how good, bad or indifferent they are, and there's always the future with them. So it's always an exciting time.
Take your trainers hat off for a minute. For the guys at NZB, they're trying to sell these horses. Ideally they want the 2-year-olds up and going. because it is later in the season, you might have a nice 2-year-old out of one of these mares. You know, it's a second foal.
Yep.
You keep it to yourself. Is that what you find? Do you think that happens a little bit?
Yeah, you definitely
Try and get a bargain.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what we're here for. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all worth what people are willing to pay, I suppose. And if you've got one at home that shows a wee bit of potential, but it hasn't been seen yet, definitely it's in your back pocket anyway.
Keep it quiet. One of the great things I think about you guys, yourself and Dad work teams together. You both go away, you both have time off, which is cool. But you are a family. You said there before about Sarah, you got Kimmy. You're an extended family. Jared's been driving American meat because it must be a really cool part, and it's a great part. I know when I've visited Ashburton a couple of times and seen you, it's an open door, if you like, and it's a family affair. Yeah,
it is, and Ashburton's great now with a few trainers there now, and a good group of us in the same sort of age group, and we all help out when each other needs help or whatever, and it is. I mean, you've got to work with each other every day. You've got to try and make it as positive and as good as it can be. So, I love the sort of that side of it because it's an inclusive sort of a thing, and we've got good people, and you're only as good as the people you got.
No, absolutely. Right, we're here with the NZB for the Standardbred for the yearling sales, which are on the 15th of February and the 18th of February down in Christchurch. I want to make sure people are aware of that. Saturday the 15th, we've got to keep reinforcing that part, which is a new time slot. Anyone wants to get involved with you guys, want to purchase some horses, encourage them to reach out?
Yeah, definitely. This year it would be ideal if we were able to sort of know if people were wanting to join the stable before the sale. Just makes it a lot easier for us going into it and knowing what sort of horses we can be looking for. But definitely be able to contact us through Facebook or contact me or Dad directly. So that's definitely bringing new owners on is always something we need to do.
It's a bit of a changing of the guard, if you like, for white stables, because when you weren't on the scene, was a seller. But that has changed now because you guys, and I suppose also the positivity, if you like, with New Zealand harness racing right as we speak.
The market's totally changed in respect to selling. So, and syndicates have changed things a wee bit with having more people involved, and the lure of selling isn't quite what it used to be. So it's always good to have horses racing. They're flying the flag for us, and when they're doing a good job, it makes life a lot easier.
It does indeed. Timmy, thank you. Take two was better, I reckon. So we did a good job. Generally, they're not quite as good, but I have to own up to it. I'll put your tags, the white stables, and also put Timmy White, the right Timmy White, not the wrong Timmy White, because you are much better looking than the other one.
Exactly. We got that around the right way this time.
But we'll put that in there. Please get in touch. You will be at the sales, at both sales as well, and looking to invest, mate. Well done. Thank you. It's what harness racing's about. We need it. There's so much positivity in the world, and so especially here in New Zealand. Need to encourage it. We need to keep it going, mate. So thank you very much. And as always, thank you to both you and Dad. You're always outstanding for me, giving me great content and open doors. So really appreciate it, mate. Thank you.
Beautiful. Cheers, Paul.
Thanks, mate.